Thank you all for joining the first, global symposium of Korea and Paraguay. I'm Jun Seog Ko from Korea Rail Network Authority. I'm very honored to be here and chosen as a speaker. I hope this event would be the foundation of seeking cooperation between, Paraguay and Korea. I'm going to briefly present procedure and strategies for SOC investment. Afterward, I will show a startup SOC case of Korea and the recent private investment case. Here are the content and sequence of the presentation. The next is the basic goal. The basic goal of this presentation is to share our experience of economic development and professional knowledge in order to help SOC development in here. To accomplish the goal, I will introduce an initial stage of SOC development case in Korea and also the recent successful case of SOC to arrange a concrete plan. Before we move on to the SOC cases, we are going to look through establishing investment plan and feasibility review. To source investment, we need the following requirement to be done. The first, conclude MOU with the local partners and consult investing sourcing. Consist the investment advisor from professionals in many fields, such as government, bank, law office, and professional investment institutes. Also, we need to check if any investment barrier exists and consider solution to the problem. Back in 1990, when we constructed a high-speed project, so we realized that a lot of problem can be happen. So that's why Korean government, before we implemented the project, we established the relevant law and regulation to facilitate this project. Lastly, we'll review the scale of SOC development project. Those are the preliminary investigation that is indispensable to confirm feasibility of the project. Next is structuralization. If required, the rate of return is expected to be lower than economic feasibility, there is a way to receive assurance of a minimum revenue guarantee from government or international organization. The project needs credit enhancement from organizations which have credit rating over investable grade, such as more than BBB+. To execute and management investment, we need to seal investment contract first. To finance investment capital, there are two funding strategies. First is to receive some equity participation from the Paraguayan government and Korean investor. And second is to borrow the loan from Korea or Paraguay. After financing, to manage invest asset, we need to lay emphasis on managing SOC development, construction, quality control, safety supervision in the development stage. Also through the operating process, we need to accurately control maintenance, collecting fee, and distribution of a profit. Although schedule of withdrawal of the principal is set up from at the beginning stage, the schedule is different case by case. Because SOC project is usually long-term investment, there is a possibility of a schedule can be delayed. Now I'm going to speak about the initial stages of SOC development case in Korea. There is Gyeongbu Express project, which started about 46 years ago. The project was to connected the capital city, Seoul, and the second largest city of Korea by expressway. The total expense was approximately 136 million US dollar at the time of earning 5.95 billion of GDP. It was a big national project and it had a great ripple effect on boosting economic vitality and growth. The next case is Incheon Road Bridge Project, a private investment project launched 9 years ago. The project was to build 21.4 kilometer length of a road bridge. It was divided into two sections, the government and private project. The government initiated project include road between Yeongjong Island and Songdo International Business District. And the private initiative project covered Marine Road Bridge. It is a meaningful project because it is the longest bridge in Korea and the first private associate investment funded by the foreigner. Here is the project map. The red line covered by the private investment and the orange color was responsible by government. The total construction expense was 2.38 billion. Government initiative project incurred 0.86 billion and private initiative project incurred 1.552 billion funded by the private sector. And the government, it consisted of the 51% of private capital and 49% of government subsidy. The last case is the Incheon Airport Railroad Project. The railroad's total length is 61 kilometers, including 10 stations and 1 city airport between Incheon International Airport and Seoul Station. The project first construction was finished in 2007 and the second stage in 2011. This private investment included owned capital and the government subsidy. Also, the project received assurance of MRG from the government because the implementer worry about some demand, lack of demand. This is the project map of Incheon Airport Railroad. As you can see in the map, it connected the Incheon Airport and the Seoul city, increasing accessibility and the convenience for the travelers and the visitors. The total expense was 4.54 billion. The 20% of this total amount was funded from the owned capital, and 19% of the sum amount was appropriated from the government subsidy. Lastly, I believe that today could be the stepping stone for the partnership of associate project development between Paraguay and Korea. In this regard, your support and concern would be greatly appreciated. Thank you all for listening.